Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the lesson on second lesson in the unit of parabolas. This is the general versus vertex form of a parabola, and we've been working with the vertex form of the parabola. That's something new. We started working with that the previous lesson. So if we look at the general form, guess what? We're going to be doing completing the square again because every time we went started with the general form of a circle, an ellipse, or a hyperbola, and we got to do some completing the square. So guess what? That's what we're going to be doing again. Only you need to complete the square only once, because for the parabola there is only one term that's squared. So if we look at the example that I have here, y squared minus 2y minus 12x plus 13 equals 0. Okay. What we're going to do is leave the squared term, the y squared, and the other y term on the left side. Move the 12x over, move the 13 over. Okay? And after you do that, that's what you have. Y squared minus 2y equals 12x minus 13. Now we need to complete the square here on the y side. So we have to think of what we need to add to complete the square on that side. Okay? I'm drawing with the tablet, by the way. So anyway, you need to add a 1. So we add 1 to both sides. And we have y squared minus 2y equals, plus 1 equals 12x minus 12. Let me scroll a little bit there. Okay. So when we take the y squared minus 2y plus 1 and convert it to a binomial squared, that's what you have. And you factor the 12 out of what's on the right side. Now this is the vertex form of the parabola that we were looking at. And so if we start looking at some of the information we can get from this equation, h is 1, k is 1. Okay. So the center is at 1, 1. Okay, not so bad. You're doing okay with this tablet. All right, so the next thing we need to find out is where the focus is. So if we go back to the little chart that we started working with yesterday, all right? This is part A. And we look at the top. Part B. Shade now. Part B is the focus. And the focus, when the y squared is first, is h plus p comma k. Okay. So let's figure out what p is. This here is 12, so 4p equals 12. Therefore, p equals 3. So h is 1, 1 plus 3 is 4, comma 1. That's the location of the focus. Part C is the axis of symmetry. And when the y terms are opening, when the y term is squared, it's opening left or right. So you'll have a horizontal line of symmetry. And in this case, it's y equals k or y equals 1. And the last thing is we need to find the equation for the line of the directrix. Part D. And the directrix, it's an x equal line because it's a vertical line. So x equals h minus 2. So h is 1, p is 3. So 1 minus 3, x equals negative 2. That's the line of the directrix. Okay? So let's try another one. This one, the x squared, the x term is squared. Okay? So this parabola will open up or down, and it looks like it's opening up because the x squared is positive. So we need to move the 8y and the 1 to the other side. So we subtract 8y, subtract 1, and that's what you have, x squared plus 10 equals negative 8y minus 1. Now we have to figure out what we need to complete the square here. 10 divided by 2 is 5, 5 squared is 25. So we'll add 25 to both sides. So we have x squared plus 10x plus 25 equals negative 8y plus 24. There we go. So you look at the term on the left, the perfect square trinomial. It's x plus 5 squared equals, and we're going to factor negative 8. Whatever term is in front of the variable on this side, you have to factor out. So we factor out a negative 8. So now let's get some data from this equation. H is negative 5. K is 3. 4p is negative 8. So p is negative 2. Okay. So let's start. A is the vertex. H comma k, negative 5 comma 3. B is the focus, and when the parabola opens up or down, the focus is H comma k plus 2. So it's negative 5, k is 3, p is negative 2, 5 comma 1, location of the focus. The axis of symmetry, since this opens up and down, will be an x equals 1, it would be a vertical line. So the axis of symmetry is x equals h, so x equals negative 5. And line like that. So let's see here. Oh, I gotta take notes. Alright, well, anyway, that wasn't good. X equals negative 5 is the axis of symmetry. And part D, I'm going to put D over here. D is the directrix. So since the axis of symmetry is a vertical line, the directrix is a horizontal line. So y equals k minus 2. So k is 3, p is negative 2. So the directrix is that line of y equals 1. Okay. We'll be doing more of these in class. If you need to go back over the screencast, then go ahead and do that. Okay. Again, think about the whole concept of completing the square, and think about the form, the vertex form of the equation of the parabola that we started working with in the last lesson. So thank you for tuning in to the latest lesson in the Math 12R Flip classroom. I'll see everyone in class.